Sony only had a couple options for 35mm prime lenses, and their top of the line was the 1.4 Zeiss lens, which received a mixed review from the community. Fear not, in 2021, we have a brand new 35mm lens to add to the lineup, the Sony 35mm 1.4 G Master lens. And today we're going to see what this lens is all about. You can just smile for me, my guy.
No, I don't model though. I don't model.
Okay, so the Sony 35mm is designed for full frame bodies. It will give you a 52.5mm equivalent in APS-C, and it will give you a relatively wide field of view that's not only good for portraits, but also for landscapes, and is really ideal for anyone that's into some street photography or looking to do video with a flexible prime lens. Wow, how good those bokeh balls.
Okay.
New LinkedIn photo for John. So to go over my overall impressions of the lens so far, just using it for shooting, one thing I really like about the lens is the G Master build quality. It's super light and it's very compact as well. Now, because they've made the lens compact, it does not compromise on the image quality at all and the focus speed. So it's got two linear XA motors on the inside, which make it super quiet and super fast photography. But one thing I have noticed in video, although the focus can be quite snappy at times, it does tend to have a little bit of focus breathing before it kicks in. So if you are going to be focusing in video in auto, make sure to compensate for that little bit of focus breathing initially. Otherwise, if you're shooting in manual, the focus ring feels really nice and the continuous tracking is actually quite good as well. Earlier as well, when I was shooting John, the eye autofocus works very mint, as you would expect from a G Master prime lens. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's performing. Dude, the bokeh on this looks fantastic. So now I'm just going to run over the external features of the Sony 35mm 1.4 G Master. First things first, it does have an aperture declick on the right-hand side, and that will enable you to declick the aperture ring. So if you are using it for video, you can change through the minimum to the maximum aperture super smoothly, or you can put it on the clicking mode, and that will just give you a more precise aperture reading. Secondly, it does have a wide manual focus ring if you do decide to use it in manual focus for video or for photos, but it is quite light, however, it is smooth. The right-hand side, you have a focus hold button, which is fully programmable if you want to access those really essential features that you use in your workflow. You can add it to this button just to speed up your workflow so you don't have to go through as many menus. And lastly, it is a super light construction. Now, it's really light, it feels very solid like a G Master lens should, and it boasts a couple other features as well, such as dust and moisture resistance to allow you to shoot in those not so nice weather conditions. And now onto the internal features of the lens. So it's got 14 elements in 10 groups with an 11 rounded blade aperture, and that's why you get really nice bokeh balls, because of the rounded blade on the inside. And the construction basically gives it optimal image quality. And to back up the construction, it's got two XA elements and one low ED element to basically combat it against distortion, coma, and curvature. And to back that up, it's got two layers of coating. So you've got a nano AR coating and you've got a fluorine coating to basically give it optimal light transfer, have the ability to shoot in those not so nice weather conditions, and prevent ghosting and flaring. So now we're just going to go over the sample images, and for some context, we shot the 35mm G Master paired with the Sony A7R4. Now the first test I did was just to test where the sharpest apertures were using the lens. So before I go into it, at F1.4, you're going to get amazing lighting performance and bokeh performance out of the lens. Now we've noticed as you start closing down the aperture throughout, from f2.8 and beyond, you're going to get the sharpest image result possible. Corners are super sharp from edge to edge, and you're going to get very minimum distortion whilst a very animated looking image. Overall, the images look fantastic, and combine that with a fast focus speed, as well as some great coatings and a great construction, this Sony 35mm lens is probably the best one that they've produced, and is a welcome addition to their G Master lens lineup. Wow. So my final impressions on the Sony 35mm 1.4 G Master. Apart from the minor lens breathing issue, there is virtually nothing wrong with this lens. Super light, super sharp, and has fantastic usability. Now, I'm super glad that they're adding this to their G Master Prime lens lineup, because I absolutely love every single prime lens in that lineup right now. And having a 35mm means that you're gonna have a versatile prime lens, no matter if you're shooting at night or day, portrait or landscape. This is a lens for the people who want to pack a prime lens for everyday use. I highly recommend this lens, and if you're super hyped about it as I am with any Sony product, we're actually doing a giveaway for some Sony goodies. If you want to win some Sony goodies, check our Instagram link in our bio for more details, and the competition is for Australian residents only. If you have any questions on the Sony 35mm 1.4 G Master, pop them in the comments below or drop into our store in Sydney, Australia. Make sure to follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, as well as our blog, which links to those are in our description to stay up to date with our latest events and promotions. And as always, if you enjoyed our video, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest videos.